20 grand on Facebook, right? I'm like, girl, you can make all this money. I'm telling her, teach classes, do this. I gave her the whole blueprint. The bitch did not listen. Her daddy died. When her daddy died, she quit. She was emotional. She loved her daddy. Her daddy was a good dad, right? And I told her, I had already been trying to prepare her, just like I'm trying to prepare y'all. People are gonna die. Your kids are gonna get sick. Something happened to her son. Her son got hit by a car. Like, she had life happening. And when life happened, Monique quit. And y'all gonna be like, oh, you telling people business, right? I'm not telling her business. We done talked about this. I'm using her as an example. When life happened, Monique quit. And now that Monique has quit, last night she was live with me. I said, Monique, did Facebook up your performance bonus to $55,000? And she was like, no. She was like, no, I got to start back doing social media. Imagine if when life happened, she would have kept going. She would be making up to $55,000 a month just on one of her pages. She has multiple pages. You have to keep going even when life happens. For those of you who have been in my mindset classes or in my they be my mindset classes or my I don't want to be pole classes, y'all probably have heard Monique's story, because she's told it. I done got in her ass. I done ate her up like, girl, you gotta get up, you gotta do blah 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 blah, because I learned that the hard way. I wasn't always like this. I used to be just like Monique. Life is happening, life is lifing, let me quit. Let me be depressed. Let me be sad. It is sad when things happen. Choice got hit by a car before, and I still had to keep going. It's sad when things like this happen, but it's life. You must keep going. Yeah, I don't want to be po no more class. That's what I was doing. I don't want to be po no more class. Yeah, I remember the mindset class. I still think about them sessions. They were awesome, but I couldn't commit. I had my own thing. Y'all seen that when we're talking about mindset. Okay, I was doing my mindset classes. I did them every single day in July. It was great. I decided to run it back in August. In August, life went to happening to me. Everything just started happening at once. Me and my husband having issues within our marriage still. I got all these kids. I feel overwhelmed. Life is lifing. I cannot do this. I cannot keep doing this class. And then I'm giving these people all this motivation and encouragement. I'm giving them the tools, what books to read, what podcasts to listen to, encouraging them, spending extra time, an extra hour, extra 2 hours, extra 30 minutes, pouring into their cups to the point where I'm empty. And then the next day they come back to complain. I'm like, man, fuck this. I can't do it. It became too hard for me, right? So I decided to quit my mindset classes. And that's when my gambling addiction had got out of control and I lost all my money, Y'all remember that, the jerk cut situation, all of that stuff happened from that. But even though I quit my mindset class, I did not quit life. I want to make that clear, because people like to say that, well, you quit your mindset class. I quit my mindset class because I needed to. I had nothing left in me. However, I did not quit life. I still kept showing up to work every day, still kept posting videos, start making even more money. Are you still doing those classes? No, I don't. I don't teach mindset classes anymore. I had promised myself, like, ooh, I'll never do this again. It was too much. I loved it. I feel like it's one of my gifts from God. Like, I love pouring into people. I love helping people. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, y'all might know, like, Gregory's Choice. I don't help people get their rent paid, get jobs. I love that. Taking girls from making $7.50 to now they're making $16. Taking girls making from $10 to $26. Helping felons get jobs. Helping felons buy homes. I love that. But I do not like people. People will pretend like they love you and really they're in secret competition. Last night is the perfect example. Like, that shit threw me for a loop. Hear this boy come on my live and I'm like, oh, I love your content. I done did a couple videos to your sound. Like, I just love everything you say. It don't apply. Like, my husband don't listen to me. And I'm having a genuine conversation with this person. I did not see it, even though the peach patch was like, oh, he jealous. Oh, I wouldn't go back on live, man. Get him off your live. I didn't see it. I'm just having a genuine conversation. And then, bitch, we went left. Oh, you is being real shady. Oh, you is just, So it's like, that's why I just don't deal with people. Can't do it. Heart too big. And then when I get hurt, I'm real mean and evil. Can't do it. So I just stay away. All right. Any questions before I go? Hey, do you have resources for people who got evicted? November 29th, I'm pregnant in Virginia. Virginia don't have. So listen, when you get an eviction, typically it takes the eviction 30 to 60 days to go on your credit report. So the first thing you need to do is apply for a new place to live ASAP. Even if you're not going to move there. Typically when you get a place, you have 90 days. I used to work in leasing. I used to be a realtor. you have 90 days to move into the apartment. Some places 120 days. So you could go ahead and apply now for an apartment, get approved, but pick a further away move out date. Like, you know, your taxes coming in February, maybe in December, later December or January, you can get a payday advance and be able to pay your bills. So go ahead and apply now for a new apartment, but pick a move-in date for either late December, January, or February, if they will let you. Once you do that, go ahead and start looking for organizations. Call 211. They should be able to tell you who has money in your neighborhood, who got resources. Like here we got Catholic Charities, the Neighborhood Service Center, things like that. Start applying for those resources. Call shelters. Shelters are hard to get into, but I highly recommend going to a shelter. I think going to a shelter was the best thing I have ever done in my life. Excuse me, it gave me that break that I needed. Like, ooh, thank you, God. And then after that, bitch, I'm never going back here ever again in life. But it was a positive experience. It's going to be what you make it. I feel like with a shelter, these people are getting paid for you to be here. They work. This is their job. They're not just volunteers. They work here. They get a check. It's their job to provide you with those community resources. You'll get childcare as soon as you get into the shelter. They have funding for that. So your kid's going to be in school. That barrier is gone. Now you can get a job because you don't have childcare as a barrier. Now you can go get a place, you know. They also can help you get cars, bus passes. So try to get into a shelter. Stop being scared to go to shelters. When you do go into a shelter, do not make friends with anybody in the shelter. Do not talk to people. You're not there to make friends. You're there to get a place. I'm there to get my mind clear, get my resources, and get the fuck out. I was in the shelter for 3 weeks. That's it. I was gone. Them hoes was mad. When I was leaving, they was cussing and screaming, crying, cussing out counselors. How the fuck? They had been there longer than me. I was gone. My mind was right. But I did watch videos on YouTube that helped me get like that. The white lady I always refer to, she told me that. Don't make friends with other homeless people. Don't join no homeless game. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. You don't need to do that. Focus on blue, blue, blue. Go spend your time at the Y. To this day, I still come to the Y. It's a great environment. I can work. I'm on a Wi-Fi. It's great. I see other people doing positive things. I'm not in an environment where everybody just depressed. I'm here. Everybody, they working out, they swimming, they dancing, they're socializing. It's a very positive experience. I see other moms, the kids and stay and play, they just getting them a break, or they work at home. I see dads on meetings while the kids and stay and play. They getting the shit done, no excuses. You want to put yourself in better environments when you're homeless. Do not go hang out with other homeless people. Do not look homeless. When I was homeless, you could not tell. That's when I really kept myself up, okay? When you are homeless, you already feel low about yourself. Other people that know you homeless are gonna make you feel low. The lower you feel about yourself, the longer you're gonna stay low. So you need to look good every day as a homeless person. Brush your teeth, put on your clothes, put on your lotion. I don't care if you don't got no job. Bitch, go outside, go to the rich neighborhood, go sit at their rich park and go watch how they interact with their kids. Go drive by the house you want. Go look at apartments all day with no money in your pocket. You have to put yourself in those type of environments so you can get what you want, okay? I hope that helped. As far as community resources, once again, call 211. They should be able to navigate what's in Virginia, or Google. Anybody else, any questions? Once again, if you want to buy my social media holiday bundle, it's $10. Cash App, Wood Express, email address in the 4-line. Allow me up to 24 hours before you say I stole your money. I think 211 is the number for all states. I know it works in Florida and Georgia. Grand Rising Peach, what do you offer people that teaches us anything that doesn't require to publicize our life? I'm very shy and private. So the same thing, my social media bundle, holiday bundle, will still be the best thing to purchase. You just don't have to show that. Y'all don't know shit about my husband except what I tell y'all. Wood don't talk about his life. I could tell you all Wood business, he's not going to confirm it. You're in full control. There are people on social media, you don't know their names. I have students like that. You don't know if they got kids. You see the kids, you don't know if they're their kids. I know a YouTuber like that. Kids be in her video, they're like, are these your kids? What's the kid in that? I don't know if them and that whole kid. She has never said, these my kids, these they. She never said. They'll be in the video with her. They don't say mom, they don't say shit, but they're in the video, you know, like, so you never know. You're in full total control. Is there another way to pay for the social media bundle? Nope, that's the only way. I just got live back. Congratulations. Oh, I got live back. Yeah, they gave it back this morning. When did the bundle become 10? I got the $24 bundle. It became 10 o'clock not 10 o'clock this morning. It became 10 this morning. Would you just smile or meme? I do it all. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. Any other questions? How long were you doing YouTube before you blew up? Great questions. I talk about this often. And you can go look. If you go on my YouTube, you can go to my oldest videos and you'll see my whole little life. everything I've done, you'll see I always acted this way. So my first 2 YouTube videos on this particular channel, I dropped in 2019, September 2019. First video got 175 views or 150 views. Next video got 100 views. And I was pissed off. I was like, man, I ain't gonna never make it. Man, fuck this. And I quit. In 2020, I went into the shelter. Like January of 2020, went into a shelter, came out in the beginning of February, got my own apartment. Me and Wood got back together and everything. And I started YouTube. I made 2 more YouTube videos. One got like 100 views. The other one got like 75 views. I was like, man, this shit hard. I ain't gonna never make it. I quit. Then I started watching YouTube. Like, it was during the pandemic. It ain't shit to watch on TV that I want to watch. I actually started watching YouTube videos. And I seen Beam Squad bought a house. Pantin Squad bought a house. TJ So Cool bought a house. Be Love bought a new house. They got new cars. Beam Squad caught a Fed case for tax fraud. And even though they caught the Fed case, they got to keep their cars. They bought a bigger house. I was like, Omni with a Hellcat. I'm like, these bitches really making this kind of money. My son had been telling me that. Gregory McKay had been telling me that for 2 years. Mommy, do YouTube. You can make. I'm like, get out my face. I'm doing all types of shit to make money. And he telling me, do YouTube. And that's when I'm like, I should have been listening to McKay. I'm finna do this shit. And then a mom that does YouTube said she made 30 grand in 1 month. She was like, I made $30,000 in a month. Y'all keep talking about get a job. I ain't getting no job. I made $30,000 in a month. I said, hold up, this bitch just grocery shop. She made $30,000, bitch. Then this other boy that I follow from Tampa that was doing YouTube, he was like, y'all keep telling me to get a job. I ain't getting no job. My YouTube video made me $16,000. I made $16,000 off one YouTube video. I said, bitch, what the bitch, I'm doing this. Let's go. I got with my family. I was like, let's all do YouTube. We're going to be millionaires. YouTube. Nobody wanted to do it. Nobody. So I started doing it on my own. And I started posting a video every day, 1 to 3 videos every day for 27 days straight. And then I got monetized and I was crying. And Wood was like, what the fuck? Like, Wood, did you ever think this would be our life? So that's how this happened. Y'all probably go to YouTube. I'll probably have some time. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my question. May God continue to bless you and your family richly. Thank you. My problem is I just don't know what content to make. Buy my bundle. I teach you the whole strategy that I developed to come up with how to make content. When were you in the shelter? Did you have any issues with people stealing notes? So when we were in the shelter, because my family was big at the time, I had 5 kids. Me and Wood was not together. We broke up. I left them, broke up with them. And I just couldn't take it no more. I had already made up my mind. I had went home back to my mama's house twice. 3 times, actually, because one time my house burned down. I was there for 8 days. So I had went back to my mama's house 3 times. And every time it was like worst, miserable stuff ever. She just made me feel low. She made me feel bad every day. Like, I could have 1 bowl in the sink when she come home from work. Let's say my kids ate some cereal. And it's 1 bowl in the sink. I say 4 bowls. I got 5 kids at this time. She gonna say, my house is so fucking dirty. I don't live dirty. I'm not dirty like your ass. You better wash these motherfucking... I've been at work all day. Yo, fucking... Like, just go off. Just make me feel so bad. It's like, damn, bitch, I'm already low. Like, I'm already low. I've been here in the house with my kids. I don't have a car. My car broke that I just went and bought from the... I don't got shit. Like... I'm trying to figure this out. Me and my baby daddy broke up. Me and Wood went to marry. Me and my baby daddy broke up. This nigga out here living his life. I'm stuck with all these motherfucking kids at my mammy house while he out here living his motherfucking life. Could go stay with bitches. Could go stay with his mom. I feel like, what the fuck? And then she's just making me feel even lower. It's not no Peaches, get your stuff together. It's the bitch that, like, oh my God, it was horrible. So I had made up my mind. I said, I'm never gonna go back to my mama's house. That last time I was there, I bought a car. The shit broke. I never stopped making money. I still gave her money. I've always made money. So even though I'm not giving her money and all that stuff, that time I was there for 21 days. I was like, bitch, I gotta go. I snuck and moved out. I ain't even tell her I was moving. But when I snuck and moved out, I still didn't make it on my own. Like, still can't make it. Still fucking up. So the last time when I feel like I'm not finna make it, I'm finna get evicted again, I decided to go into a shelter. I told myself, I'm not going to my mama's house. Like, bitch, we not finna make it this month. I'm stressed out. I can't catch a break. I'm going through all these things mentally. I'm depressed. I'm going to a shelter. Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. I watched videos on YouTube about it. I looked at some articles online. They were saying it ain't that bad. I was like, I'm just finna do it. Like, let's go. I'm doing it. I told my kids we're gonna go stay in a hotel. I said we're finna go stay in a hotel for a little bit. It's not gonna be bad. just give mommy a little bit of time. I brought their own covers. I made I have the videos. I always talk about this. I have the videos. Like one day I'll show you guys eventually when I do like a documentary on my life. But I made my kids' beds up. So because my family size was so big at the time, it was me and 5 children. We shared one room. We had bunk beds. It was 4 bunk beds in a room. So 2 on this side, 2 on this side. We had our own little cabinet to keep our stuff. We did have, a documentary. I'm going to do a documentary. I'm a visionary hoe. I'm looking at Wood face. We had our own cabinet and all that. Wood didn't know I was in the shelter. I still hadn't talked to him. Like, I wasn't dealing with him. This after the teacher incident. Bitch, I'm done with you. I'm done. Nigga, you done did me so wrong. I'm about to catch your attitude. So, anyways, we have a bathroom that we had to share. So, this is our room, and then right here is a door, and you go through the door, it's a bathroom with a sink, and then it's a door right here that got the tub and the toilet. So you could go in there and brush your teeth while somebody else in there. And then on the other side, there was another mom that had 5 kids. So what I did, my first day in the shelter, I brought my kids their covers. I made up their beds, like made it look nice. I brought everybody like iPads or Kindle tablets. And then they would have something to watch because there's no TV in the room. It was TVs there, but it was like in the common areas. As far as food, they fed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you got food stamps too. At this time, I got food stamps. I got to keep all my food stamps. At first, I wouldn't eat the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and my counselor was like, Peaches, eat the food. They gave me free diapers, free washing powder. Like, you go wash your clothes free. You get free diaper if your baby got formula. You get everything for free. Your baby need clothes. They give you clothes. They give you free childcare. Your first night there, bitch, it was lit. But I didn't see it like that at first. I was like, man, I can't believe this. I'm a bum. I'm crying. I can't believe I got this low. My kids going to school, like daycare school. And the counselor, I had to sit with my counselor because they want you to transition. They don't want you in the shelter forever. And they want to find out what barriers you have. Okay, childcare was a barrier, but now your kid is in childcare. You have a high school diploma. You have a associate's degree. You have a real estate license. Like, what is your real barrier? Ain't shit wrong with you. Like, that's what she had to tell me. She was like, Peaches, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have any barriers. My barrier was in my mind. It was that childhood trauma, that not feeling love, that self-worthiness. It was that kind of stuff for me. But once I realized that, I always tell people my first week in the shelter was for me to feel sorry for myself. So like first week, me crying, feeling sorry for myself while my kids gone. They go to school and I just cry and like, I can't believe I'm at this low. My second week in the shelter was, bitch, get your shit together. Okay, like the first 3 days was sad. After the first 3 days in the shelter, 4, 5, 6, and 7 days was when the light bulb went off. That bitch just lit. Like, you're not getting evicted, so you don't have to worry about bills. You could still make all the money you want to make. Like, you're not getting evicted, and you could keep all your money, bitch. This is a lick. And then it's like, if you eat the food, you get to keep all your food stamps. Bitch, eat the food. It's hot food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I changed my mindset about it, and I stopped looking at it like it was a bad thing, and I started looking at it as a come up. And that's how I was able to come up so fast, because my mindset shifted. I was the first one to leave the shelter, the last one to come home. They was like, what are you doing all day, bitch? I was like looking for apartments and stuff, bitch. The last one to leave, me and my kids spent time at the park at night. I'm helping them with homework at the park. Then I started talking to Wood. Me and him, he found out, he went to cuss me out. Oh, you gotta go. Got my kids in a fucking shelter, and we ended up getting back together. That made it even easier. Him coming to the park with me. But I remember one night I did not want to go to the shelter. I was like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I asked my mama, could I come to the house? She told me no. I asked Wood, I'm like, see if your mama let me come stay. He's like, you ain't coming to stay over here. No, you can't come over here. I was like, and I really had to go back to the shelter. 2 days later, I was in my own apartment. But for me, it was like a mindset shift. So when I say this stuff, it's not whatchamacallit. It's not me saying mean things. It's literally like a mindset shift. And when that lady sat with me, I remember we were sitting at the park. My kids was playing, and I was sitting with my caseworker, and I was just telling her like what I'm feeling, and she was like, Peaches, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, I don't know if my mental health failing, like I'm going maybe through postpartum, I'm depressed. She was like, there's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You have no barriers. It's just in your head. They offered me an apartment. I could have moved into transitional housing for 2 years. So I could have got my own apartment through them for 2 years. The rent at the apartment was based on income. The max rent you could pay was $800, but it was based on your income. My income at the time while I'm in the shelter is still high. I never stopped making money through all of this. Just bad financial stuff, and then sometimes just feeling sorry for myself, laying in the bed, won't hustle. Like, it's when I get back in the corner, I go hard, but when shit's sweet, I chill. That's my problem. I still do that right now. So she was like, if you was to move in here, your income is too high, so we're going to charge you full rent. And it's a 2-bedroom, and you can't bring none of your furniture. My furniture was in storage. I was like, I ain't doing this. This is dumb. I was like, I'm going to get my own place. And I went and I did it. And it was scary. When I got my place, I moved into a tax credit community, so the rent was affordable. I got a 3-bedroom for $965 a month. But when you live in tax credit, you know they could change your rent at any time. But Wood told me, he was like, we need to move. I started making more money on YouTube, which in tax credit you can make up to 100 and I don't want to mess up the number, but I think it's like 120,000 in a year, and you don't have to move. So he was like, we need to move. Like, you starting to get noticed more. This not a good environment. We need like a house or something with a backyard. You need to move. And I was scared. That's what I'm telling y'all. Like, fear will hold you back places. I was terrified. I told Wood, I'm not finna move. Like, I could pay this rent with my eyes closed. This shit easy. My job done already got a $10,000 YouTube check. Like, I'm not moving, no. And he was like, this is not where we need to live. Huh? Yeah, the rent had went up to, what, 1165 or 1265. Yeah, it was almost 13 when we left. It was like 1265. He was like, man, you could do this. We need to move. And that's when we went and we moved into our townhouse where we stayed for 2 years. And when we moved, I was so scared. Y'all, I was never late on my rent ever. Because mind you, I done been evicted and stuff. So I was terrified. I have never been late on my rent. They did not want me to move. They was like, why are you moving? We'll give you a month free. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, I'm finna move again. But fear will hold you back. You will think like you can't do it, and you can. I know he love when you tell stories. He listened to me. I think babe, you think I talk too much? He listened to me, and we both see the errors of our own ways. Like, when I tell the stories. What? Oh, okay. I gotta give you one of my phones. But for me, I don't mind talking about this. Like, it's real life. It hasn't been perfect. I made a lot of bad choices. My husband has as well. Look, he cheated. Well, he didn't cheat on me. Let me stop saying he cheated on me. Love, like, bitch, he did not cheat on you. We broke up. I dumped him because he wouldn't get his shit together. The way that I was raised, I'm raised low income, black women. I don't need no nigga for shit. INDEPDENT. Whole time they depending on the government. I was raised up like that. So they say they don't need no man. They kick niggas out. A man don't do you right, kick him out, kick him to the curb. They move on to the next, get out, da da da. So I grew up seeing this. So when my husband, at the time, my baby daddy with my 5th child, he wasn't getting himself together. He wasn't helping like he was supposed to, similar to what we just went through. I'm like, oh, he gotta go. I'm done. I kick him out to his mama house. I don't want him to really move on with his life. I'm thinking, I'm kicking you out. You're gonna realize that, oh my God, I was wrong as fuck. I love Peaches. I love my kids. I got a good woman. Let me get my shit together. And he's going to get, no, tax credit is not the projects. The difference between tax credit and public housing is tax credit you could pay at market rate or 60% or 30%. The projects, and it's based off of income. There's an income threshold that you can't make above, but you can't just move in there with no money, no income at all. So that's the difference. The projects is based on income completely. If you work this month and your rent $300, but then next month you quit, your rent is $0. Tax credit, if we say your rent is $965 and you lose your job, your rent is still $965. You get a better paying job, your rent is still $965. The projects in Section 8, if your rent is $0 and you get a good job, the rent is $200, right? I'm just giving examples. You get a better paying job, your rent is $1,000. At tax credit, no matter what, if we said the rent is $965, it's $965. However, they do make market rate adjustments. Let's say the average 2-bedroom in Tampa will go from being $1,500 to $2,000. Well, that's a $500 increase in market rate rent around here. So now we have the right to take your rent up by a certain percentage. So we're going to increase the rent at any time to, let's say, an extra $100 because rent in the area has increased. So they can change it that way, but it will never go down just because you lost your job. You still got to pay your bills no matter what. So and those are throughout the nation. I know a lot about real estate. For those of you who don't know, I was a Section 8 landlord. I was a realtor in the state of Florida. I've worked in leasing in both tax credit properties as well as luxury properties. So I know all of that. You're not dealing with a regular bitch. You're not dealing with one you could get one up on. I've lived at least 4 different lives in my lifetime. So anyways, if a bundle or $25, make sure you're including your email. If not, Wood is refunding them. Oh my God. Section 8 landlord. I was a Section 8 landlord at 18. It's a lot of